In Berlin, a large gathering took place to oppose the far-right's support for a more stringent migration policy. Meanwhile, Austria's Kurz has criticized Merkel for the increase in the far-right AfD's influence in Germany. Recently, ships are reportedly preparing to depart from China with components for missile propellant, heading towards Iran, according to officials. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has expressed his desire to engage in nuclear discussions with both China and Russia. Additionally, the EU military chief has suggested that deploying European troops in Greenland could be a logical decision, as reported by Welt.
In the United States, a federal judge has issued a temporary injunction against Trump's executive order that seeks to redefine birthright citizenship. Meanwhile, the ICC prosecutor has made a formal request for warrants to be issued against Afghan Taliban leaders in connection with the persecution of women. Additionally, Pakistan's parliament has enacted a bill that imposes extensive controls over social media. Elon Musk is reportedly supporting UK far-right leader Tommy Robinson's legal battle, according to his followers. 2 weeks prior, Musk reportedly shifted his support from UK's Nigel Farage to the far-right figure Tommy Robinson. 3 months ago, the founder of the far-right English Defence League, Tommy Robinson, was sentenced to 18 months in prison for court contempt. Additionally, he was charged under the Terrorism Act before the far-right march in London. Harvard has reached a settlement with Jewish students who filed a lawsuit regarding campus anti-Semitism. In India, the government of Modi is reportedly planning to repatriate 18,000 Indians residing in the U.S. illegally. Israel's chief military officer steps down due to significant failures during the October 7th attack. Trump expresses doubt about the sustainability of the Gaza ceasefire and removes U.S. sanctions on Israeli settlers in the West Bank. According to the Wall Street Journal, Google hastened to sell AI technology to Israel's military following the Hamas attack. Trump suggests a plan to completely clear Gaza and relocate Palestinians to Jordan and Egypt. Albania plans to establish a Bektashi state similar to the Vatican in Tirana. A new Calexit proposal for California's secession has been approved for signature collection, aiming to place the measure on the ballot. Zelensky is no angel, as Trump criticizes Ukraine's president for wanting to fight at war's onset, and Trump suggests Ukraine shouldn't have fought back against Russia. Russia issued ultimatum to Ukraine in 2022 to replace Zelensky with pro-Kremlin oligarch Medvedchuk, president says. Hungary threatens to disrupt Russia's sanctions unless Ukraine reopens gas transit.
Rolls-Royce secures a record £9 billion contract from the UK Ministry of Defence for nuclear submarines. Israel instructs UNRWA to cease operations in Jerusalem and vacate its premises by January 30th. Putin reiterates Trump's assertion that the Ukraine conflict might have been prevented if he had been in power. Singapore's Prime Minister cautions against a third world war if the US and China compel the rest of the globe to choose sides. He notes that the likelihood of the US isolating itself from China is low and suggests that other nations can assist in managing their rivalry. Meanwhile, a Russian security official indicates that the risk of conflict between nuclear powers is increasing. Additionally, South Korea reports that North Korea is set to dispatch more troops to Russia following casualties.
Israel requests a delay from the United States in its withdrawal from South Lebanon, while Hezbollah warns against Israel's attempt to extend its occupation of Lebanon. The United States Air Force plans to enhance the Cyprus airbase to serve as a humanitarian staging point for the Middle East. Additionally, U.S. private security contractors will manage a crucial Gaza checkpoint, as officials confirm their involvement in overseeing the truce in Gaza.
FCA claims that Staley provided false information to regulators regarding his connection with Epstein, and that Staley conversed with Epstein about Madoff, according to the FCA's allegations. 2 years prior, former Barclays CEO Staley was prohibited from working with UK banks due to his underestimation of his ties to Jeffrey Epstein, and Barclays faced legal action over the former CEO's association with Jeffrey Epstein. Kalshare, an online prediction market, plans to allow brokerages to participate in its betting activities. Sam Bankman-Fried's parents are considering seeking a Trump pardon for their son. In the United States, a federal law prohibiting handgun sales to individuals aged 18 to 20 has been deemed unconstitutional by an appeals court. The European Union is considering a prohibition on the sale of gaming consoles to Russia, citing their potential use in controlling drones. Additionally, the EU is making arrangements for sanctions targeting Russian aluminum, 15 banks, and the shadow fleet, according to Bloomberg. Meanwhile, Brazil has declared Cuba, Bolivia, and 7 other nations as new members of the BRICS organization. Furthermore, North Korea's leader, Kim, has pledged to indefinitely enhance the country's nuclear program. China indicates readiness to bring back confirmed Chinese citizens residing in the U.S. Italy dispatches an additional 49 migrants to Albania for processing, despite previous court denials. Trump takes steps to expel 1.4 million migrants who entered under Biden's parole initiatives.
Pakistan's
that such threats could lead nations to distance themselves from the U.S. dollar. Additionally, Trump dismantles diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives by reversing Lyndon Johnson's affirmative action executive order, instructing all federal diversity, equity, and inclusion employees to be placed on leave. Furthermore, Trump grants gun and drug agents the authority to carry out deportations.
Zelensky indicates that a security guarantee for Ukraine would require a minimum of 200,000 peacekeepers. Trump criticizes Putin, claiming he is destroying Russia by not accepting the Ukraine deal. A British general warns that after the guns cease in Ukraine, Russia will initiate a military resurgence. Singapore accuses a man of aiding in the creation of documents linked to a $2.2 billion money laundering case. According to Deloitte, Real Madrid becomes the first club to achieve a revenue of €1 billion in a single season. Oxfam reports that billionaires' wealth increased significantly in 2024, with 4 new billionaires emerging every week.
SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son admits he made a foolish decision to invest $18.5 billion in WeWork. Boeing anticipates a $4 billion loss for the fourth quarter following a tumultuous 2024. Wall Street banks are gearing up to sell billions of dollars worth of X loans. Bank of Japan increases interest rates to the highest level in 17 years, causing the yen to rise. Trump urges a $1 trillion investment from Saudi Arabia and seeks lower oil prices. Shanghai distributes additional consumption vouchers, following a significant drop in retail sales a month ago. It was previously announced that several Chinese cities are issuing a new batch of consumption vouchers to maintain a positive trend ahead of the Spring Festival holidays. Apple and Google's extensive mobile platforms are under investigation by UK antitrust authorities for 2 separate issues. India requests that Apple and Google allow national apps to be available on their app stores. In India, the government is asking Uber and Ola to provide a response regarding dual pricing depending on phone models. HSBC scraps global money app Zing a year after launch. Ethereum gets Wall Street sales force as token lags Bitcoin. Reuters reports that whistleblower says MasterCard, Visa failed to stop payments for child sex abuse content on OnlyFans.